Okay, today we're looking at the Look magazine for December 30th, 1969. This is the end of the 60s. A special Look bonus. An unbelievable decade, the 60s. And notice Martin Luther King at the left, the RFK funeral in the middle. And there we are. Micro skirts and, of course, Man on the Moon, Apollo 11. And will note, as we go through this, the wonderful ads. Here's the 70 Mercury Cyclone GT. Gorgeous car. Christmas prayer. Of course, the table of contents. Of course, we're going into the 70s now. This is the last week of the 60s. Here's a give your cigarette a little something for Christmas. An ad for Territon. Brother Fife and Switch. Notice the guy with the black eye. Calvert. You will notice, particularly around Christmas, there are a lot of alcohol ads, particularly whiskey. And that, again, is the Calvert. Here's an Allstate ad, insurance ad. Pacific Mutual Life. Here we are. Here's another Jack Daniels ad. Here's another whiskey ad. Again, another whiskey ad. And this is Shinley. Book club ad. Cowles Book Club. Malcolm Cowles, of course, was owner, CEO, president, whatever of Life, or Look magazine, I should say. Here we are, the 60s. Here's that unforgettable JFK funeral moment. Jackie, the widow, on the left. Robert F. Kennedy, the brother of slain JFK, on the right. And from happier times, the age of Camelot, it's the White House. JFK and Jackie at the White House. Nice shot of the three brothers together. RFK on the campaign trail. RFK, of course. Robert F. Kennedy, who had been killed in 1968 in June by Sirhan Sirhan. And of course, Teddy at the funeral and Rose Kennedy, the mom. Of course, we have hair. We have the mini skirts. We have the Beatles. This is just kind of an encapsulation of the 60s here. Really, really good page. Unkept Promises. Here is the civil rights demonstrators, marchers being sprayed with water in Birmingham with water hoses, fire hoses. Watts. Andy Warhol's Marilyn Monroe. Really, really historic painting. That's probably the Hells Angels. Yes, it is. The Hells Angels. Probably from Woodstock. And here's, of course, an anti-war demonstration. You know, someone with a flower up against the bayonets. And there's man's footprint on the moon. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Again, a Norman Rockwell painting of man on the moon. Wonderful, wonderful shot there. Wonderful painting. Rendition by Norman Rockwell. Here's a Lark cigarette ad. Christmas tree filled with Lark cigarettes. Again, back to the whiskey ads. Seagram's. Big Seagram's ad. Another vehicle ad, this time a Chevrolet. Some faces from the 60s, recognizable. Of course, Polaroid. Polaroid cameras were a big thing back then and continued to be a big thing all the way into the 80s. Kent's Vigil of Mrs. O'Grady. Again, one of the wonderful things about Look was the fantastic pictures, the great pictures. Here we go. Another whiskey ad, this time Seagram's. Rum, classic eggnog made with Puerto Rican rum. Nuclear Talks, Survival Armageddon. Bulova watches. Yes, Bulova watches. Children of the World. Again, a look at the faces of children from different parts of the world. In front of the Eiffel Tower, some French children, no doubt. As I say, this is a wonderful issue in so many ways. There's Dear Abby. Ann Landers, one of the two. Dear Abby, I guess, on the cover of Family Circle. Godfrey Cambridge, comedian. Another watch ad, this time Bulova again, with the various watches at the various price points. Here we go. Hiram Walker cordials. Again, another hard liquor ad. For a present. Might as well get this Godfrey Cambridge doing, I guess, what would be called whiteface. Very interesting. Cutty Sark. I've heard that Cutty Sark will pull the radiation right out of you if you ever get exposed to radiation. Someone named Doc Mack, who used to go deep sea fishing off the coast of California, told that to some people. Zorba the Viking. Jim Beam. Couldn't have Christmas without a little Jim Beam whiskey now, could we? But you got to have your Canadian Club. That's a must for Christmas celebration. So that was the 1969, last week of the 60s issue of Look. And what an issue it was.